Hi everyone. I'm gonna lower this down just a little bit. Oh my goodness. It is Tuesday, April what?
9th.
And I am live with one of my best friends. I know that everybody thinks this. Sheena Jackson.
Yes.
Thank you, Sheena, so much for coming on the Remarkable live page.
Yes.
And we are going to do an exclusive interview with Sheena Jackson. This has been something that God has been telling me to ask you, and then what about 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
And it wasn't like it wasn't like something that like I just like in church or something. It was literally like in a parking lot.
Exactly.
That I said, like you were in the middle of a conversation, and I said, Sheena, can I talk to you? And you probably were thinking, do you want a hot dog?
Right.
Do you want your car washed? Because you were doing a car wash.
Yes.
And I said, I would love, like I just caught you off guard, I think. And I think that's the way that the Lord has things to work, because then you don't really have a chance to think about it, right? And this is going to be a time for you just to get to know Sheena and some things that you might not know about her just yet. Hey, Claudia, thank you for watching. We're going to go ahead and dig in because I could talk to you all night, but I know that not everybody has all night. So we're going to go right into our interview. Again, thank you so much, Sheena, for joining us, because I wanted to share you, Sheena, because I know a lot of people see you and they see this smiling, bubbly, fun-loving girl, but they don't really know Sheena.
Right.
You know, they see the selfie queen, they see the person that's always taking beautiful pictures, but we're going to really kind of get to know you tonight as someone that, in my eyes, and I speak with so much respect and love for you, that you are truly a remarkable woman. And that's why I really wanted to ask you, like I told Stephen, I said, God is telling me to ask Sheena to be my next interviewee. He was like, yeah, why haven't you asked her? So it was like a no-brainer for because, you know, everything that Remarkable does, I always have to ask Stephen, and because I have to come under his leadership.
Of course.
But no-brainer, he's like, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about Sheena. Tell us a little bit about you. Are you married and stuff like that?
Yes, I am Sheena Jackson, married to my wonderful husband, Edward Jackson, and we've been married for 2 years.
Wow.
2 years now. It's crazy how time has flown.
Oh my goodness.
Flown is 2 years. We've known each other. I can't even tell you how long we've been knowing each other.
That's crazy.
I have my godson, Samuel.
Right. Because that's what I was going to ask you. Do you have kids? Because I know that he's your godson.
That's my baby.
But that's your baby right there.
That's my baby.
Right.
It's not his mom's baby.
That's not.
She just has.
Yeah.
That's it.
But that is like, you definitely do like take a role in his life.
Yes, most definitely.
And he looks to you and Ed.
Yes.
You know, I have godparents, but like, what does he call you guys?
Montu.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
Montu. He's Dad too.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that's so sweet.
That's
He
my
is
baby.
such a sweetheart.
Yes, he is.
So she just loans him to you.
That's it.
I mean, no, you loan her to
well,
me. Yeah.
I
Oh
give
my
it to
goodness.
her just a couple of days a week, but
Right.
yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So you're married for a couple of years. You want to tell us a little bit about how you and Ed met a little bit, because it's something that I think that kind of, it doesn't work for everybody.
No.
But it worked for you guys.
Yeah.
So that's a disclaimer right there.
Yeah, that is true. Well, since we're actually on Facebook, we met on Facebook.
Because he's not a Florida boy.
No, he's not. He is straight Alabama Roll Tide.
He is all about Alabama.
Yes.
I remember him and
Everything.
Selena.
Oh my God, yes. Him and Selena are like, really, bro?
Yeah.
They still love each other.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. But he is Roll Tide to the fullest. I met him. Actually, we were on Facebook and we had maybe like 2 or 3 mutual friends.
Wow.
And he stalked me.
Right.
He
So
sent
you
me
guys
a.
had mutual friends.
We had like maybe 1 or 2 mutual friends. You know, you see somebody 1 or 2 mutual friends. You're like, I'm not gonna befriend them. I don't know them.
Right.
And he sent me a friend request, and I was like, okay, he look good.
Right.
So,
Yes.
you know,
That was a cutie.
so
yes.
I sent him
Approval.
I approved
Right.
it, and then he was like, so then he didn't say anything to me. So I was like, wait a minute, like what did I do?
Oh my goodness.
So I said, okay, cool. So then he messages me and he says, so you just asked me to be your friend and you don't say anything? And I was like, And of course, and it's crazy, just me being me. I was like, flip mode. Wait, I do not request men, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete you now.
You are kidding me.
I'm so serious.
Oh my goodness.
And he was like, whoa, I was just playing. I was just playing. So, yeah, and we went from there.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And what, you guys dated, wait, you didn't meet him till what, 4 or 5 months?
No. I didn't meet him for maybe 2 years.
You are kidding me.
Yes, it was crazy.
See, that's the way to do it, right? You don't right away go meet somebody.
No.
And what I love about this journey that you did, when you finally did meet him, you took your girlfriends with you.
Yes.
Which I thought was so good because you didn't go by yourself for once,
right.
But they were definitely looking out for you.
Yeah.
That was what?
Ride or die. Yes.
4 years ago. That's crazy.
Amazing.
And I think that's just such a beautiful story about how you guys waited and then everything, and he ended up moving here.
Yes, he did. He relocated for me, which is amazing.
Because he was all about Alabama. All his family's over there. So
everything
it was true love.
True love, yes.
Wow. So 2 years being married,
yes.
And that's marriage, especially I think the first year is the hardest. So it does. So if anybody told you that that's all bliss, they're lying. So if you got through the first year, then you're doing good.
Yeah.
Yes, because marriage is hard.
Yes, because you're two different people.
Absolutely.
Trying to make it work. It's
right.
And I was like, wait a minute. I don't fold my towels like that. Why
Right,
are you doing it? It's totally
you
different.
had to reteach him stuff, and he had to reteach you.
Yes, he did.
It's both mutual.
Yes, most definitely. Yes.
Okay, so now we know a little bit of history about Sheena. Where do when we always talk about remarkable and we think about able to make your mark, the next question is, where do you find your mark? What do you think that God has? He's given you so many different marks, abilities. What are some things? Because this is a chance for you just to say, this is me. And I know you don't like to do it, so I'll fill in too.
Okay. I actually just love just helping and just being there, being present at any moment, any time.
Right.
Definitely just trying to make it warm because a lot of things are just awkward at certain moments, and that's what I love, just being. If I can do anything in my lifetime, it's just being there to help.
Wow.
So that's exactly,
that servant's heart.
That's it.
That's cool.
That's
I remember when a couple years ago, Stephen and I approached you and we were like, we gotta get Sheena. You're always on our radar, Sheena. And I think Stephen just has to
it's
sweet
Stephen
talk.
eyes.
Yeah,
he just comes from me.
He does. And he lures you in,
yes.
and you say yes. And I know that when we were over the heads of women's ministry and men's ministry, we always wanted you to be over the hospitality because we knew that once you were there, that it was gonna look nice, it was gonna have a theme. And we're like, don't do this all Hawaiian, but that's who you are. Yes. You always set the atmosphere, and that's something that we're taught at Hope International about setting the atmosphere, mood setters, and that's what you do. So I think even that's just who you are. You're very hospitable.
Yes.
And you have that servant's heart. But one thing also, you love to sing.
I do.
Yes.
I do. Yes.
So you're on the praise team?
Yes, I am. Yes.
So, what is it that, when are we going to hear this big solo?
Oh!
Not today, but no. I mean, is it coming for Easter?
I don't know. Just whenever, it lays on.
But let me tell you, when you're up there, I love to see you worship because you're not worried about what we're doing out there. And I try not to make eye contact with you, but you do. It's all about you and Jesus when you're up there.
Yes.
You are just talking to your dad.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Yes. And that's when people, that those are good praise and worship leaders when they're not even caring what the audience is doing.
Yes.
And that is your heart.
That is really one of my passions. That is my love story. Mm-hmm. That is my. Even when, how sometimes you just feel like you just, I just can't. And
right.
Songs is just that praise and worship. And Pastor Dwayne has taught us, when we're out there worshiping, it's just it is really just you and him. I mean, I understand that we have a congregation and things of that nature. Like, you can't go off the energy of the people.
Right,
I mean, your
that's
ministry.
so good. Yes.
But it's just like it's just really you and him, and you're really just wanting to let God know how much you love and adore him and all those things. It is scary.
Right,
it's
right,
scary
right,
up there.
yes.
Like, because it's a lot of weight up there, because it's just not something that we just take for granted.
Absolutely.
It's not that just you have these gifts and you just go up there and you just sing.
Right.
But it's like you're actually at the forefront. And these things, but it's so amazing, and it's so just like freeing.
Right,
it's freeing up there. It's amazing.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for being part of that team, because I know that you guys practice every week and get there early. You know, it is a commitment.
Yes,
so I thank you for doing that. Another thing that I love about you, that you make your mark and you are remarkable. You are someone that loves to include people. You know, like I said at the beginning, hi guys. One thing that I love is that, you know, you will see that person that might be quiet or shy, and you're like, let's take a selfie, you know? And and if you guys know, she is a queen of selfies, and I'm gonna do a new hashtag selfie Sheena. You know, she's gonna claim that. You're gonna have to have all your selfies now. But one thing that, if you get a selfie with Sheena, you've made it.
Oh, cut it out! No.
Yeah. And it's funny, because if you'll go, if you're not her friend yet, you know, only if you are good people request her. But you will see like people that are like in her, like they're like popping in to get into their picture because they want to be with Sheena. But that's something that, even though you don't think that's a big deal, that makes people go, I want to see if I'm in that picture. They're clicking away, and I'm like, man, I think my picture with Sheena, I had to share. But that's something that you do that you don't even know that you do.
No.
That is like, I feel like we like over spiritualize so much. I would even say like that's like includer is like a spiritual gift. You know, even if it's not like in the Bible, Matthew 6:33, but I feel like, you know, God gives us certain different gifts because he has made us. He's so creative, and you are such an includer. And like I said before, you make everybody feel so special that everybody feels like they are so close to you, you know. But that's something, my grandma, when she was alive, she's got probably about 60 grandchildren, just big family. Wow. And I was talking to my cousin one day, and we were like, oh yeah, you know, we miss her and we love her so much. And my cousin said, yeah, you know, I was a favorite. And I was like, no, I was the favorite. But that's how my grandma made everybody feel. And I feel like that you have that special gift. That is something that's very rare. And you are leaving your mark on people by doing that. Do you feel like you do that? Like,
no, I don't. I just feel like I'm actually just being me and just being like a friend. Right. That's what you always want. You just want someone just to be your friend.
Right, yes.
You know, you've been there. You've been in a place where you felt awkward and you were like, oh, I'm off to myself. I really don't know anybody here. Right. And if somebody walks up to you and be like, well, hey, how you doing? Yeah. And it's not a fake hey, it's like a real like, hey, how you doing? Like, where you came from? Like, where are you? Yeah. Hey, come over here and join us. Yeah. And then you were like, you know what, I'm gonna come back to this. You know, type thing. So I love to make people feel amazing. And you do. Yes. That's one of the commandments is, you know, of course, love God with all your heart, but the next is love your neighbor. And I know that is what you do. Yes. And I want to just tell you, like, sometimes we think, oh, you know, you may not be a leader, but you are a leader, you know, and just by the things, I know you have that servant's heart. You're like, do not say my name, please. Do not, you know, but that is something, you are leading people, because I feel like every part of whatever you are, you bring life to that. You bring joy to that. You bring fun to that. That's hard, because not all of us have that fun-loving, you know, just quick wit to us. And you just definitely light up a room. And I just want to just make sure that you know that from me. And so many people, they think that, but they may not ever say that to you. You know, and so I'm very thankful. So the next question is, maybe think about in not just in the church world or the spiritual world, but where have you seen God's mark in your life as April 2019? I mean, there's so many. Right.
Hi, Pastor Tony.
Pastor. God has been. I just can't explain. God has made. Well, I've shown my mark, and God has made His mark. At work, I can actually say at work. Work has been challenging. Most people be like, work is just so wonderful, and it's just, it's just so great to go there 9 to 5, and it's
you can't say that. Right?
No, I can't say that. But work is amazing. I mean, it's amazing, but it's challenging and everything. God has really shown His face. This month He has really shown His face. I actually just got a promotion.
Wow.
At my job, so it's been amazing. It's nobody but God. I promise you, like nothing of me, nothing of anyone else, but no one but God, and just being steadfast and being obedient. Right. Staying up under His word and just being still. Right. That was the thing.
Not leaving.
Right. Because it's so easy to say, you know what, forget this, I'm just going to switch over and go somewhere else. Right. It's so easy to do that. And just to be still, even with the trials and the tribulations and the uncertainty of certain things. Right. And it's just like,
wow. How long have you been at this job?
I've been at this job for 2 years.
Wow, 2 years. And there's many times that you've been like, I want to just throw in the towel.
Many times.
Right.
Many times.
And you were even looking for another job, just a kind of a second job. And God was like kind of just telling you, just wait.
Just wait.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't listen to those
Right. We're like, I'm going to get another job because God needs my help.
Right. He needs my help. Like, I need to do this.
Yes.
Like, I need to do this. And every time I was like looking for a second job, it was just like dead end. Dead end. And I was like, okay, why wasn't it coming?
Let me tell you, because I kind of like got into this conversation with you and Vincent, and it was funny because I was waiting patiently to talk to you about this interview. But what was funny was you were telling Vincent that this lady literally talked you out of.
She did.
And you were mad.
I was
angry.
Was
like maybe that was the Holy Spirit talking to her, saying, "Nope." She's
right.
But the thing is, see how God will close doors because if you did get a second job, that might be like where you couldn't be at praise team practice, you couldn't do this, you couldn't be at church. So God is closing doors because look, He gave you that promotion.
Correct. Yes, He is. But the crazy thing is that like right in the midst of it, of course you're in the midst of it, and you'd be like, how you just gonna tell me? You know what I mean?
She was literally talking you out of the job.
She literally talked me out of the job. I was at the end of the conversation. I was just so outdone. I was just like, well, thank you for talking me out of this job.
You literally told her that.
I literally told her that. Well, thank you so much for talking me out of this position.
Right.
And then she was like, well, anyone else that needs a job, just tell them to come.
That was a funny thing.
I was like, what? I should have known then, like, no, you can't have this job, but refer someone else in this job. And I was like, oh, okay.
But it was so funny because sometimes we get so irritated with the way that God works, right? Because you're like, I'm gonna tell Vincent and he's gonna report her. You know what I'm saying? Like we get so. But do you see how God works? He's like, you better stay planted because I got something better for you.
And you know what? Now that you say it, it's like bringing it to the forefront. Because you're correct. I would have not been able to go to like the different cell groups that we have.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't been able to go to like praise team practice or church because we would have had to work on the weekends. Like,
yes, that's the only time you have.
That was literally the only time I had. And I was like, because I already worked like from 7 to 7. So
wow.
Now that you say it, it's just like
sometimes kind of like you have to have somebody else be like. Yeah, you know?
I should call that lady back and say thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Tell Vincent not to get her in trouble. Don't report her.
Please don't.
So, okay, next question, because God is so good. Like, He opens doors and He closes doors.
Yes.
And we just got to continue to praise Him, just like with that situation.
Yes.
What are you doing right now through the power of the Holy Spirit to make your mark? What kind of things are you involved with?
Right now, I'm involved in, just like we stated, praise team.
Right.
I'm actually newly recruited to Remarkable's registration desk. I'm definitely doing that.
She's the face of our registration table, her and Nina.
Yes,
so
me and Nina.
You, again, like I told you, you recruit people and they follow. So that is that. Thank you so much. The next one is
the couples ministry at our church.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I'm the historian of the.
Oh, they have a historian.
I know, right?
Wow, Tawanda's so official.
I know.
Wow.
She gave me the name. She was like, "You're the historian of our group." And of course, just like you said, I love taking pictures, so I'm the person that actually. Take those pictures and make the mark and let people be able to see that couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Or, anything of that nature.
Right.
That's me.
That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about Covenant Couples.
Oh, Covenant Couples at Hope International is this remarkable group of married couples that we get together and we're able to just spread our love with each other, to be able to get in the word together. We do different events together. We go places. We do fundraisers like we just did one Sunday right after church.
Really? How did it go? Was it good?
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Awesome.
They're right in between kind of dinner-ish, lunch-ish.
Right.
Yeah. So we did that, which was amazing.
Awesome.
Like we're going on a cruise in
November.
Yeah. We have we have an actual meeting this weekend, so we have a meeting. Right. So come out.
So they meet the second Saturday of every month.
Yes, the second Saturday of every month.
And so sometimes it's a Bible study.
Yes.
Sometimes it's an outing.
Yes, sometimes an outing. Like we went to King's Bowling.
Right.
And we went bowling, so it was amazing.
But this Saturday will be at church.
Yes, this Saturday will actually be at the church. It'll be a meeting at 10 a.m.
Okay, cool. Yes. With breakfast and childcare if you need it.
Yes.
So you're part of that Covenant Couples ministry, and you also have a Facebook page of your own. It's called Miss Jackson.
Living with the Jacksons.
Living with the Jacksons. I love that.
Yes.
What is that about?
Yeah, that's actually just me and my husband's just daily life.
Right.
This things that we share about marriage and with us being so young. Newlyweds and marriage is just like those little trying things or just questions like, hey, to the married people that's out there, look, like. Right. This is a question that we have on the table, or me and my husband was having a discussion. Hey, what do y'all think about this?
That's awesome.
That type of thing.
You get so much wisdom from that.
Yes, because you don't know everything.
Right. Yes.
And that's why I love sitting up under, knowledgeable people and just being able to literally sit there and with my hands open just to gather those information and be able to just let it feed into your life.
So good.
Some things you're not going to use. Some things you're going to use immediately, and some things you're like, you remember when? Right. Yes.
That's so good.
Yes.
Okay, so this wasn't in the questions, but tell me about Ed. Tell me what's your favorite thing about Ed? You're like, you did not. Like, I see it over there. Let me tell you, he is so in love with you, and he I always, if you're being mean to him, I'm like, keep it at him. He is such a sweetheart, and he adores you. What is one thing that, even in the progression, because I feel like even with my marriage with Steven, I've just seen him just grow into the spiritual leader that he is. Right. I always said, I was the spiritual leader, and he's like, no, you weren't. I was like, yes, I was. But I've seen him just grow so much in the Lord. What is good about, there's so much, but what's one thing that you see in Ed?
One thing is just his determination. He has overcome so many things and so many stereotypes and so many just obstacles that he has just overcome. It's crazy just to literally just sit down and kind of think about one. Just from him actually moving out of his comfort zone. Just if you know him, just ask him and he's willing to tell you. Just from him to move from Alabama out of his comfort zone to come here, which is a totally different atmosphere from where he came from, and just to be engulfed with, which I love, is just the love of our church, our family, and things of that nature. And for him to flourish, for him to become the person that he is, because this is not the guy that I met.
Wow.
This is not a guy. He is so different. I mean, he still has the same heart. He's still that same funny, quirky type of guy that I love and adore. But he is totally different. Just him working out with Pastor.
Right.
Him, that pastor doesn't understand like what he has done or what he has just like put his hands on him. And it's just amazing, like, because the things that I see that he couldn't do in the beginning, now that he just ups and do, and I'm like, and I sit back and I try not to say anything, like,
you're excited.
Yeah, it's like so exciting. It's so amazing how determined he is. He's actually going to get his GED.
Wow, that's awesome.
He's amazing, going to school, working out, just trying to just engulf everything. He is very determined to just change and just to become a better him.
Right.
So he's amazing.
That's awesome.
He's amazing.
And I ask you that because, you are one. And and it's good for us to know about Ed too.
Yes, most definitely.
And he is.
When you see one, you see the other.
Yeah, you do. He's definitely got your back. He's awesome. Okay, so as we talk about the Lord and how good He has been to us, what is a favorite verse or a favorite Bible story that sticks out to you that you're like, you know what, I have to go back to that verse, or I've got to go back to that story?
The story, as a kid, you always know those stories.
Yeah.
Because I was raised in church. However, Pastor, we just did a series. I want to say it was in our Breathing Room series. Pastor did the story of David.
Right. Yeah.
It was just like mind blowing. Like
he tells the story, makes it come alive.
He makes it come alive, and it's just like out in the open. And just like how everybody just counted him out. Even his own daddy. Counted him out.
Yes.
Like that was, in just daily life. People count you out, oh, she ain't gonna be able to do this. Right. She's just gonna be, stay in the same, area that she grew up in. Really not gonna be anything. Or, that type of thing.
That's so good.
It was amazing how Pastor told the story. And it just literally came to life. And about using your gift. It was just like, it was phenomenal.
So
it was phenomenal. Like using your gift, even when they count you out, you don't need everything. Like you don't have to be the biggest, tallest, strongest person, the most intelligent person. Like they was like, oh, he's just said, go tend to your sheep. Do your little thing. But to use your gifts, and he used his gift, and was able to. Everybody was baffled.
Right. Killed the giant, became king.
Literally, swamped him out, and then had other stones to kill his
brother. Exactly.
That was gangster to me. That was gangster. Awesome. He was like, okay, so I know if I kill this one, I'm gonna have to get the rest.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that story. Yes. That's awesome. Yes. Who are some of mentors in your life that have really enabled you to be the woman that you are today? Mentors or people that, maybe not even a mentor, but just people.
I would definitely say, without a shadow of a doubt, my mom, my sister, and my aunt. You see the breath. My aunt.
Gotta mention her.
Yes. But those women in my life are just like my go-to, my pushers, if I'm, like I was on the phone with my sister at work and I've been told her about my promotion, like when we were going through the process and everything, and she was like, she got on the phone with me just all of a sudden and she was like, hey, have you told anyone? Are we still just keeping it to ourselves or are we just still shouting? And she was like, oh my gosh. Like,
so she's celebrating with you.
She's celebrating harder than me.
Right.
That's those are the things. Like,
you need people in your life like that.
Really.
And you also need people like Mother Mary and your mom that are going to be like, okay, take it down a notch.
Right.
But also that are not afraid to tell you when you're wrong.
That is correct.
And that hurts. But then you're like, oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me that.
Yes, and I love to have them in my on my team to be able to say, just like you said, no.
Right.
Or sometimes you sit down.
Right.
Like you need to sit down.
Right.
Like even from Pastor Dwayne and Pastor Tony, even just reclaiming the church, like they say sit down, like sit down, and you need to breathe for a minute, type thing, or just having that constructive criticism.
Yeah.
That is something that really, and I actually ask for it because I know I'm not perfect.
Right.
And I know just going through daily life, sometimes your head can become a little bit too wide. Right. I need someone to be able to bring me down and say, hey, let's go back to the basics. Let's be able to become humble and say, hey, okay, let's work through this.
Right.
And I love every piece of them that give me construction, criticism, and also that rejoices with me at the same time.
Yes.
So I love that.
What you said is so essential that we all do in our lives, where we ask for constructive criticism, because so many times we just want people to pump us up and say, yeah, you're doing a great job, but man, we need to be able to say when they do that to us, thank you, even though it hurts, but
I don't like it.
Yeah, but it's making us better.
Yes.
And that is so important. If people would grasp that and ask for that, the world would be such a better place.
Yes.
Without all this negativity and bite backing, and it's essential that we do that.
Yes, definitely. What
is something that you love to do? I know hanging out with friends is at the top.
Yes.
But what's another thing that you love to do?
I love to I don't know. I love movies.
Right. You like what? Comic book movies? Love stories?
It's always love stories, and it's always love stories. Always comedy. Yeah. Love comedy because I love to laugh. Yes. I'm getting into action. Okay. Scary suspense. No, thank you. No, I don't want that because I'm always ended up in the house by myself and the lights off. No thanks. No thanks. But I love movies. I love. What else do I love? I love singing. When no one's around. Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because it seems like I have no voice when I'm not on stage, but then when I am on stage, I can sing, and I'm like, wait, where did this come from? And what else? That's basically it.
You like to be silly and dance and have fun. I mean, that is who you are. Like that's.
I do. I will break out in the middle of a story and start joking and and I say joking, but I will make up a beat and be dancing to my own little beat, and people are like, what are you doing? It's just in my head.
It sounds good.
It sounds good. Yes.
So as we come to the fourth month of the year 2019, is there certain goals that you have? It's never too late to start for a goal. Correct. Even if it's December 25th, it's never too late to start. But do you have anything that God's placed on your heart for 2019?
For 2019, I actually prayed to God, and you really have to watch what you ask God for. Yes. You really have to be detailed on what you ask God for. I asked God to keep me busy. Wow. So I was like, God, it felt like I was stagnant last year. Like, I felt like I really, like a whole year went by and I didn't do anything. Wow. Type thing.
You felt like you didn't do anything.
I felt like I didn't do anything, and I asked God to really keep me busy. He has done that. He has done that. Like, even now, it's crazy. Like, we're going to Destin for a couples retreat, and it's so many things that we're doing. My goals this year is just literally if I can just impact one person's life a month. I mean,
that's a great goal.
Anyone I could come across, but just at least one that I know I could say, you know what? Maybe I got through to them, or I made them smile. Yes. Like wholeheartedly, and really just got in tune with them. Mm-hmm. It could be just a conversation off to the side, or it could just like, hey, let's go somewhere, type of thing. Yes. That was one of my goals for 2019. Awesome. Is at least once a month. It's just to hold on to someone, because everyone needs someone. Right. And a lot of people don't have family.
That's right. Yes.
So, and that's the thing that you definitely need, and you never know, because these people are just walking around. They look just like me and you, and they're smiling. Right. But they're really not smiling on the inside. Yeah. So just to be able to kind of have God to use you just to be a vessel. Right. Just to how can I serve you? Right. That's right. No, like how may I serve you? Like so I was watching a show on TV. Me and Mom, it was like a preview. I believe it was called New Amsterdam. It's a new show out.
Medical drama.
The medical drama. And the doctor, he always asks, how may I serve you? Or something like that. And I was like, Whoa,
good.
like
Yeah.
how may I serve you?
Yes.
Like you start off like that, like how may I
Yes.
serve you? And if we always start off like how may I serve
right.
you,
Yes.
we lose ourselves and we begin just to help others.
Wow,
so that's
so
what
good.
I love. Yeah.
And I think that what you said, it's not like you don't have to like do a full-fledged meal for someone.
Right.
It's like maybe even send like a simple text. Just say, hey, I'm thinking about you,
Yes.
or doing something. Like, I think that we put all this pressure on. I know that like I like to, like for new moms, I like to do something special, but not, I don't have all the time. So a new mom, I just made brownies for her. And it was something that, it's a $3 box of brownie mix. It doesn't take, and she was like, she texted me earlier today and she said, oh my gosh, my husband already so eat those brownies. And I mean, like, it took me 30 minutes to do.
See?
And it's something that if we all do something,
Right.
we can just continue to share God's love. And that's what God wants. And He is so pleased with us when we are doing that. And I'm just so proud of you, Sheena, and all, like you said, you ask God to keep you busy in a good way.
Busy in a good way.
So that you're not distracted and doing other things, but busy and serving the Lord. And I see that in your life, and I see that God is just using you in so many aspects, and you saying yes to so many things, and He is going to continue to open up doors. He is, and I'm excited for you and all the things because when we're obedient, man, God just continues to show us favor and blessings, and not only Destin, but I hear we're not going to elaborate, but I hear another trip is coming to Tulsa. We won't say that.
I know, right?
But there is so much good coming your way, and I encourage you, Sheena, just every time that God blesses you, just write that down. So in those times that you're like, you're like, oh yeah, He did bless me. He did answer my prayer, because man, I can just see that God is just continue, because like you said, you have your hands.
Yes.
And when we have them like this, we can't receive anything.
Correct, exactly. So and I love just to sit up under and just to engulf anything, any kind of word, any kind of that I can be able to spread and utilize later.
Right, yes.
That's what I love. Yes.
And that's what you do. You definitely spread God's love. Yes. So Sheena, I'm excited for Friday night.
Yes.
We have Remarkable coming on Friday night at 450 South Lake Avenue in Groveland. If you are in this area, I don't want to even say Lake County, in Orange County, in Sumter County, wherever you, Marion County, but especially Lake County, we want you to come out to Remarkable. It is going to be a remarkable night. Yes, we have a special praise and worship team that's coming from Weston. It's my cousin, so I'm a little biased, but they are. She is just so awesome, and I'm so excited for her. And then we're gonna be talking about the Lord's Prayer. So and then we also have a really cool game that we're doing. So my cousin Kristen always brings it. She's always so fun. But we want to make sure that you come out. Put that right there. To Remarkable on Friday, this Friday. Friday. You will see her. That's the first face you'll see. 7 o'clock. You can come at 6:30 to come and fellowship. But we are so excited, because that's what we're all about, is helping women that they are able to make their mark. And Sheena, again, thank you. You have any last words?
No, I thank you so very much. Like this, you know me. This is
out of your comfort zone.
This is out of my comfort zone. But I thank you so very much. Look, this is something new that God has done. Yes, but I thank you so much.
First of many.
I love you.
I love you too, Sheena. I love you too. I love you and Ed so much. So we're very blessed to be under the leadership of Hope International, Pastor Tony, Pastor Jody, and we have definitely grown so much spiritually. And we just really want to thank everyone. We know that we have a lot of people watching, and if you'll just share this message, to share the good news of what God is doing in Sheena's life, and remember that you are remarkable and you are able to make your mark. Have a great week, and see you Friday.
See you Friday.